My name is Albert Edward Grocott. Albertedward Grocott. Grocott.
What is the ethnic background of this last name, Grocott?
It's Flemish.
Flemish?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe. Yes.
You believe?
Yes, but family. I have a big family.
I see.
8 sisters and 4 brothers.
Ah, but before, what is your birthday?
21st of December, 1931.
1931, and where were you born?
I was born in a place called Kiel, K-double-L,
K.
K-double-E-L-E, Kiel, in Staffordshire. Staffordshire.
What is that spelling, please?
S-T-A-F-F-O-R-D-S-H-I-R-E, Staffordshire. Staffordshire.
Staffordshire.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And is it close to here? Is it close to Gold Coast or?
Oh no, England.
Oh, it was in England.
In England, I'm British.
Ah, you are the British. So you born in England.
Born in England.
Uh-huh. And when did your family move to Australia?
I came to Australia in 1954, after the Korean War. I went back to England and then decided to go to Australia.
Why?
I had 2 sisters living here. And they said what a beautiful place it was, and so I came to be here. A citizen. I'm a citizen of Australia. I love it.
So you have a dual citizenship?
No, I've only been returned to the country, England, once. Didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I still have 5 sisters and 4 brothers in England.
Uh-huh. So then you were British citizen when you joined the Korean War?
Correct.
Uh-huh. So tell me about your family when you were growing up in Britain.
When I'm number 6 in the family. I have a brother who's 102 now, a brother 96, a sister 93, a sister 90, a younger brother at 82, and 5 more sisters. I've lost 3 sisters, they died.
Wow, it was a big family and big siblings.
8 girls.
8 girls?
8 girls, 4 boys. I was number 5 boys. I've got 4 brothers. Still alive.
4 boys?
Yes.
So you were 6 among those 12?
Yes, I was number 6 in
number
the
6.
board.
So you are exactly dividing the half.
Yes.
Well, what did your parents do?
My mother looked after the family, of course, but my father was a policeman.
Policeman?
45 years. Never caught anybody.
Never caught anybody?
No, the village consisted in those days of 6 houses and a tavern, a pub.
Uh-huh.
And he had an old motorbike and sidecar. And you could hear him coming for miles because it made a lot of noise. So he never caught anyone. He didn't want to.
That's a very nice, actually, right? So you don't have to catch any people, but still you can maintain the peace and order.
We could go and steal the apples from the orchard, you know.
Very nice. Very nice policeman. So tell me about the school you went through in Great Britain at the time.
I had a very poor education.
What happened?
The school I went to consisted of the teachers were all men. They were all First World War veterans, and they were very cruel.
Uh-huh.
You just pick your nose and they hit you with a walking stick across the shoulders, you know. I didn't like that, so I walked out.
Oh.
So I'm self-taught.
Wow.
I've learned experience through life and family.
Did you read a lot of books?
I read a lot of music. I've been singing since I was 7.
Wow. So
I still sing every week.
Wow.
Once a week. I go to nursing home, respite center for free.
Wow. So you are now 88, right?
88 years this year, yeah.
And you told me that you're still playing golf.
Yes, I was B grade champion last year, but unfortunately I've had 5 heart attacks, and now I'm down to C grade because I haven't been playing.
Sir, you look great. You look thin and you look very like a 60-year-old man.
Good food, good clean living. I went to church yesterday and I said my piece, and I go to Uniting Church in Mudbury. Love it. And I work in opportunity shop every Saturday. worked for years.
I can't believe that you had a 5 heart attack.
Yes. One actually was in the doctor's, sitting, talking, just fell off the chair.
Boy, you were lucky.
Yeah, I was in the doctor. And then I had 4 whilst in the hospital.
You look okay, sir?
It changed the medication.
I see.
Now the medication is, instead of taking 40 mils of some stupid pill, I take 5 mil.
Good.
Yeah.
So, tell me about it. Since you've been self-taught, did you know anything about Korea when you were growing up?
I know it's a faraway place.
Have you heard about the name Korea?
I've seen it in maps. I've seen it in the maps.
You've seen it?
Yes, in maps. Yeah.
Otherwise?
Otherwise, I know nothing about Korea. But they're beautiful people. That's all I can say.
So now you are a Korean War veteran, and
Yes.
you fought for the country you never knew before. What do you think about this? Why does it happen to you? Looking back all those years, what do you think? How do you link the dot? Becoming Korean War veteran, but you didn't know nothing about it.
Did nothing about it.
And how do you like Korea now?
I love Korea. I've been back many times. I've been back to Korea many times. And during the war, I sometimes say I don't want to talk about the war because so many bad things. But some good things, which I've written down on paper.
So let's talk about those things as long as you feel comfortable to talk about it. But so you didn't know much about Korea?
No,
Not at all.
no. Only they were in trouble.
When did you go to Korea?
In 1950,
1950,
Yes.
and from Great Britain.
from Great Britain.
And since then, when did you went back to Korea again?
Maybe 6, 7 years ago.
So it's about 2013.
Yeah, something like 2013, 14, yes.
And how many times have you been back to?
3 times.
3 times?
Yes. First time I paid myself, and then second and third time Korean government paid.
So the Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs,
Yes.
MPVA, invited you back, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now it's a very good time to talk about it. You told me you didn't know anything about Korea before, and now you've been back to Korea many times, 3 times.
Yes.
Tell me the difference in detail that you
Oh,
saw
the
Korea in
difference.
1950 and now
In
2000.
1950, I can remember the places we went to were small villages with outside toilets, and I can remember they used to watch them put the toiletry on the fields, on the paddocks, on the rice paddocks. Now it's a metropolis of beautiful homes and houses and high-rise buildings. It's a completely different place in 1950.
When you arrived in Korea 2013
In
or
Busan.
14, Busan.
Yes, Busan.
No, 2013?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about 1950. It's different.
But
Now changed.
2013, where did you arrive?
In Busan.
In Busan?
Yes.
2013?
No, I apologize. Seoul City,
Seoul
by
City.
plane. Yeah.
Tell me about Seoul that you saw in 2013.
Well, the railway was still there.
No, 2013.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
But I looked for the railway station, which was still there.
Yeah.
That's where I slept.
Uh-huh.
I made I know a story about the railway station. But I saw rows and rows of buildings called new towns, I believe, and they weren't there before. And it's just completely changed. The people haven't changed, but the buildings have, and the landscape has all changed too. Where they were built on the hillsides now, there was no buildings before, so it's a completely different country as regards building and the people. I love the people. I had many friends. Yang Kim is one of my best friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So when you see those changed Seoul, what were you thinking to yourself?
I'd like to live here. I could live in Korea quite easily. Yeah. I love the country.
So tell me about when did you join the military?
I joined the military in 1948 in England.
48.
Yes.
Where army?
In London, Army, yes.
And why did you join the army?
I was working for the London City County Council in Britain. I'm a stonemason by trade. I'm working with another friend, and we both got sick of working, so we decided to join the army. So we went to join. I went in first, and I passed A1. My friend went in, didn't pass, so he didn't go. Left me. I joined the army.
So where did you get the basic military training?
In a place called Oswestry.
Could you spell it?
Not really. My spelling's not the best. Oswestry.
Could you say slowly one more time?
Oswestry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a training ground where they train with guns and tanks and all the rest of it. Artillery.
For how long?
Till 1949.
So how long was it?
I went to Kowloon.
3 months or?
No, 1 year.
You got basic training for 1 year?
Yes.
Why is that long?
Oh, I don't know. I just did what I was told.
Wow.
And we went from there to Kowloon in the new territories in Hong Kong, between the communists and the, coming all from communist China into Hong Kong. They called for volunteers to go to Korea. Said those that want to go, if you're married, or you don't have to go. If you don't want to go, you don't have to.
You were not married?
I wasn't married then, no. I was single.
So you were in Hong Kong and you were called to volunteer to go to Korean War.
Yeah.
And how did you know of those breakout of the Korean War at the time in Hong Kong? Did you see the TV or did you read?
Well, you hear radio things, not much the TV. I don't think. No. Don't see much TV in those days. I know so much TV.
Yeah.
And everyone stepped forward. Said those that want to go step forward. Those that don't want to go remain standing. Maybe 2, 3 married men didn't go. Everybody else went.
Wow. They were not afraid of?
No. And we went to, we landed, of course, for the war in Busan. Then we went all the way up.
Do you remember when did you arrive in Busan?
Not exactly, no.
What month was it?
Oh, probably January 50, I think. January.
Korean War broke out in 1950, June.
Yeah.
June.
Yeah.
So you didn't arrive there in January. Was it 1951?
No, I was there. I was there for the whole of the war, right from beginning to end.
From the beginning.
Yes.
Was it summer or winter?
It was summer.
Summer, right?
Yes, yes.
So
winter.
Must be around June, July.
Or before then, April, maybe.
No. Korean War broke out June.
Yes.
June 25th.
Troops were still going there before then.
Before?
I'm sure other troops were going there before then too. The Americans particularly.
No.
No?
There were the U.S. military before the breakout of the Korean War.
Yes.
But you saying that you went to Korea,
Yes.
Busan, before the breakout of the Korean War? Was it after the Korean War?
When the Korean War started.
June 25th.
Yes, I know. You can't forget the dates.
Right.
Well, I was there before June.
Oh, you were there before June?
Definitely before June.
Why?
I don't know. We arrived with the 29th Brigade and under Brigadier Brody and his tanks. He had tanks. Dates don't mean anything.
Right, but it is important to know whether you arrived in Busan before the breakout of the Korean War or right after the Korean War breakout. has to
difficult.
be breakout right after the breakout, right? Don't you think?
It's very hard to remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
I should have written a diary, but you don't do this sort of thing.
Right. So you arrived in Busan,
Yes.
and what was your unit? You belonged to 29th Brigade.
29th Brigade, yes.
And what else?
Anti-aircraft.
Anti-aircraft.
Yes. 34th anti-aircraft.
34?
Yeah, 34th.
Okay. And tell me about Busan you saw. How was the situation there, and how was Korean people there? How did Korea look to you at the time?
Oh, very hard to think of those things. Different from what I was used to. Different country, and different people. Didn't know the language. I soon learned. But we just did what we had to do. You know, we went here, we went there. We had every brigade had their own divisional sign. You know, on the side of the vehicles. On the side of my vehicle was a white square with a black ring in the middle. That was the divisional sign. And we drove British Jeeps, which were called Champs. They were Rolls-Royce like a Jeep, but better than a Jeep. But they were made by Rolls-Royce engine, and they had a governor, only 60 k's, no faster. We weren't allowed to repair them. They sent people from it to repair all the way. If they damaged, got ruined. Yes.
So from Busan, what did you do? At the time, there were North Koreans coming down to Busan, right?
No, just North Koreans only, not Chinese.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
So tell me about those battle situation in detail.
Well, because there was no planes actually coming as far as Busan in that particular time. So the guns that we used were pointed that way, fired directly, not up in the air.
Right.
And that's how we used them. We went in and out, in and out, in and out. Boom, 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 back again. From town to town, right up to Seoul, over the Imjin. On the Imjin River, there was a big, the Americans had put in a rubber pontoon. You went down over the pontoon bridge and up the other side. In the middle of the bridge was a big sign, said, fresh drinking water. So yes, there was a river of fresh drinking water down the center of the Imjin.
What does that mean?
You could drink it, you could fill your bottles with water.
Wow.
Yes, there was a notice there, drinking water, in the middle of the bridge. Before they put the Teal Bridge up. Remember, you got Teal Bridge. The engineers put a Teal Bridge up. But this was an American pontoon bridge over the Imjin on the other side. Then we got pushed back, as you know, all the way back. When you're in battle, you don't think a thing what's happening. You just do what you're told.
Yep.
And we went on R&R. You know R&R? We'd been up there front, so we come back to Seoul City. And we all sleep in the railway station, in trucks, you know, the transport. I was on the floor inside there. And I wrote the story about it.
What is that?
Well, poor children came with no shoes on and they're begging for food. So I gave them lots of food. And I gave them soap and towels, anything. But only if they teach me the language. Slowly. And sing for me. So they taught me to sing Santucky, Adidong, you know, and I still remember most of the words, not all of them. And then after maybe 2 weeks of R&R, I was told not to feed the children anymore.
Why?
Send them away. Well, we were going back in battle. We left there and went ahead again.
Where was it? In Busan or
In
was
Seoul.
it in Seoul?
In Seoul, yeah. And I actually wrote on my paper, I wonder if those children are still alive and married, and, you know, there's 14. This big, this big, this big. You know, maybe 7, 8 to 10, 12, maybe 12, I don't know. I don't ask the language, the age. But I used to go into the canteen and leftover food, bring it out.
What were you thinking when you saw them?
I was so sorry for them. They didn't know, they didn't have parents. Most of the children didn't have parents.
They're orphans.
Orphans, yes.
Yeah.
Strays. But they needed food and clothing, warm scarf.
Yeah.
I stole them. And
Oh. So
it
you
cost,
did good.
It cost me nothing.
Right.
It was friendship. And they taught me the language. I could at one time speak very good Korean. Now, you know, if you don't use it, you'll forget.
So you told me that you can sing some of the Korean songs. 한토끼.
Santoki toki adeyan kalima kanchuk. Put the fingers up. And
Yeah. So you learn from them?
Yes.
You learn from children?
Yes. And adidong, adidong, adio, adiong kukege no magana. Yeah. It was a lovely to learn it. And then I spoke to other soldiers, and the other men learned words they told me, like, is man and so pangatsanida? I'm very pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Vague things slip away from the memory. But I loved the going to Korea. I loved the food. I have a very dear friend, Korean man, who's passed away now, Mr. Lee. I've got photographs of him. He was a very good friend to me. We used to go to a Korean restaurant maybe once a month. He would ring me up, or I would see him at a meeting, and he said, Korean restaurant, Monday. And we go.
Do you like kimchi?
Oh, yes. It's good for the stomach.
Exactly, but
Yeah.
many people do
Too
not
hot.
like it because it smells strong.
It's too hot for them.
Yeah, right.
We used to go to this restaurant, and I had the big bowl, I can't remember the bowl now, a very hot food, a hot soup. And we went to one place, a different place, and I'm eating away beautifully. And the restaurant owner said to my friend Kim, there's no charge. Never seen anybody eat that food. So we didn't pay for the food. Just once, at one time.
Yeah.
One time.
So from Busan, where did you go? From Busan, where did you go up to?
Where I went, we were at Suwon.
Suwon.
Yes. Gapyeong.
Uh-huh.
The Hook.
No.
I wrote it down on paper.
You were in Seoul too?
I was in Seoul, yes.
Yes.
Twice.
Twice.
Yes. Went back and forth.
What was your rank at the time?
Just gunner. I was a paid marksman.
How much was it?
For payment.
Yeah.
In English money, the man next to me got 27 shillings. I got 27 shillings and threepence. I could hit the bullseye, you know. We used to go forward. We used to go forward before the troops to OP. You know OP?
Yeah.
Observation post?
Yes.
And we used to go up in the night
Yes.
and climb at the hill, and we'd have 2 officers, a sergeant, and 2 gunners in a hole, and we used to direct the fire. Not me, but I was there to protect and etc. But they would be shelling, and the officers would be there, and they would direct up.
Yeah, observation.
Down, observation post, yes. Number of times, 3, 4 times, up the front in the middle of the night, dig a hole. Yeah.
That's a very dangerous point.
Yeah, actually, we went one time to dig, and I dig up, and I pulled up a body. Chinaman. He had a rubber sole shoe, rubber on his feet, so they moved further. Sorry.
So you had so much bad memories.
Yes, many. I don't like to talk.
What are the good memories that you have?
The good people. The good people that you met on the road, civilians, all need help. We see children, we would pull up. If we had spare food, we'd give it to them. If to the people that were walking the streets, coming back again. I was there when that bridge was blown up.
Where?
Was that not the Han?
Han River?
Wasn't the railway bridge blown up was it Han River?
Yes.
Yeah, we were there when that happened, and we had our guns on the banks of the river doing that, because you could actually see people coming, and the bridge went boom, gone. That's what
You saw that?
Yes, I saw the bridge.
You were there?
Yes, on the banks of the Han.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. It's the people that suffered more than the troops. We lost men. In Compo Valley with the Gloucesters, they lost 500 men in one day. The Gloucester Regiment. But on top of that, the civilians that were killed, 2 million, I think, something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw many things like that.
So were you in the Battle of Hook?
The Hook, yes.
Tell me about those. I mean, I understand that it's hard for you to talk about it, but for the education of our young generation.
Well,
can you explain what was Battle of Hook? Who were there and how was it and so on?
It's too difficult. You were there and you did what you had to do. I have the gun down there, and you put my foot on the pedal, and it boom, 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 more, and all in a big hurry. And we used to be in a hurry. We could stand and went out, up and out, in and out, many times, different places. I can't remember them all. Even smaller places that not mentioned.
Was enemy Chinese or North Koreans?
At the first, North Koreans, and then Chinese, many Chinese.
Many Chinese.
And we took Chinese prisoners, some boys maybe 15, 16-year-old, and we gave them food, and they went like, "Bruh." They had little rice. They carried a little bag here with rice on the waistline, but they couldn't eat our food. They tried, and they just made them sick. Yeah. And you know Peace Bridge, Panmunjom?
Yes.
When we were there in Panmunjom, there was an exchange of prisoners.
Yep.
And they were Chinese prisoners. And as they went over the Peace Bridge, they took off all their clothes and threw them away. Because they were Americans, KDs, cream short trousers. And they took off all their clothes and threw them over before they went on the other side. And I was told by somebody, I don't know, someone said, if they did wear those clothes go there, they would be shot.
Or
I don't
punished.
know that, because they were wearing American clothing. That's Peace Bridge, not very big. Yeah.
Anything you remember particularly because of the situation you thought it was unbelievable or something?
It's unbelievable how fast things happen. How fast are you going? In the middle of the night or the middle of the day, it doesn't matter. You've got to go. And you have to go. You're not running away, you've got to go. It's either that it's either them or you. It's either It's either them or you. You have to, I don't know. And you're loading trucks with ammunition and a truck, in the middle of the night. I'm moving out. And a lot of times we would go past places where the Americans had been and the tents were still up. We'd go in there and raid them, get some new boots. I wore American boots occasionally. And a Colt 45. Oh, they left it, just left, the Americans left them. They didn't bother to clean up. Many times, tents, beds. When I first came, I would go to sleep and for no reason, or you see something on TV or someone mentions something and you get flashback.
Flashback like what?
What you're seeing. I had a camera and I took photographs of a atrocity and it was confiscated. It got taken off me. One of the officers saw me taking photographs and took my camera and wouldn't give them to me. I didn't want them for reasons, but what I saw. And other people did the same thing, not just me.
So flashback like a sudden scene of those battles?
Not so much about but the things that were happening around me. Other people killed. You know? I lost my two good friends. They
How did it happen?
shrapnel.
Ah.
Yeah. But they disappeared. They're one day, gone next. And then I forget the name. It just happened. I'm lucky. I'm back. I'm here. But many, many, many men are still there. Haven't been found. When a shell runs in a hole, it hits something, body disintegrates. They're just gone. So it's just, it's terrifying. I wasn't afraid of dying at all, but other people, I'm lucky to be alive. I have a good life now. A happy life. I have a new partner. Lovely lady. She's 89 on Monday. And a wonderful lady. And we talk about my wife, she talks about her husband, so it's a good relationship, you know. Yeah. He was a soldier too in the Second World War.
Ah.
Yeah. It's difficult to put an insight on exactly what you want, because you just do what you do. You do what you're told, and you go in there and you come out. And a few days later, you're somewhere else. In Suwon, there was a school, and part of the building had been completely demolished. At the end of the war, at the end of this big war, was a steel round tank for making hot water with a grill you put wood in. And the boys fixed up pipes so we could shower. One night, stupid men in front of, when we went on duty, had let the fire out, I thought. So I went down to the tanker and got a small baked bean tin full of petrol and threw it in. And he went, burnt my eyebrows off. That was stupid. But we had to get the fire going for the hot water. Because sometimes you didn't wash and shower for days.
Right.
You didn't wash and clean. You couldn't. And then the winter, it was the worst part.
What is it?
Well, we had dead men you couldn't bury. You couldn't bury them. And they were stacked. See, that's that sort of thing that would say you remember memories. That's just coming back now. I think.
Those are the Australians or
British.
British?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're British.
Yes. No, don't be sorry.
So you still were in the unit of anti-craft unit, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were very little fire that way were used as artillery guns. And we went up and back, up and back. I won't be rude, but it was a white square on the side of the car with a black hole. They called us the flying arseholes. Yeah.
Did you know why you were there?
Oh, yes, to protect the Korean people, to protect the country, keep the communists from overtaking the country. It's a communist country. There's a lot of communist things went in those days with MacArthur and in America when the movie stars, they got kicked out because they were communists. Mm-hmm. Paul Robeson, as a matter of fact, this lovely singer. Mm-hmm. Paul Robeson, he went to live in Russia because he said he was a communist. Charlie Chaplin, yeah. We were fighting against communism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you saw all these people dying, and then you were in those terrible situations, have you ever questioned yourself, why am I here? What the heck I am doing here? Have you talked to yourself like that?
No, I didn't. I was there because I was there to do a job. Do what we do. We were sent there to do the job.
When did you leave Korea?
April, May, 53. April. I think April.
You were there for how many years?
From the beginning to the end.
Why? Didn't
I
you
signed,
rotate?
I signed only behind the lines. Oh no, I signed on for the 3 years. It was K-Force, that was my assignment for 3 years.
Wow.
I was a volunteer for 3 years.
But didn't they rotate?
No.
No?
We never left Korea. The only time we left Korea was when the Busan perimeter was on. We went offshore on a troop ship for maybe 5 days, 6 days, and then back on land again.
Huh.
That's what happened. There was that many troops down in Busan on the perimeter. We went onto a troop ship off the shore, and then came back again.
3 years you were in Korea.
Yes, sir.
Wow. So you have seen a lot of.
I've seen a lot of country.
Anything you remember particularly?
Oh. No. Not the good things. No, I just remember the country, the hills, its hills and valleys, and I don't know. I'm what do you call it? I talk to anyone, even in the shopping centres, here.
Uh-huh.
And if someone was passing, I'd try and talk to them, ask them where they're going. Yogi,
Yogi.
So that came to me then. I was, where have you come from? How far have you travelled? Oh, men, women, and children. Anyone. I talked to. Yeah. Because there was you couldn't go to a shopping centre in those days. And
So now, after all those 3 years in Korea,
yes,
you never knew Korea before,
No.
but you were there for 3 years. You've been back to Korea, and you saw sea changes being made. What is Korea to you personally now?
It's a beautiful place. Beautiful people. I say I could live in Korea quite easily. I'm too old to move now, and my good lady wouldn't want to go anyway. It's too active. I could go back for a return, I think not last year, I think the year before, and she wouldn't go because she can't get around that quick. You know, up in early in the morning on the bus, here, there. I loved it. I love it. Yeah, I love different restaurants, different food. Yeah.
You know, Korean War been known as Forgotten
The
War.
Forgotten War, yes.
Why is that?
Because it never was a war, I'm told. It was a police action, according to the Americans. They said it was a police action. So it wasn't, they never called it a war, which is silly, because everyone was there fighting in the war. Yeah. I never understood really, truthfully, why did the Chinese interfere at all? And so many of them, and so young. Yes.
Because North Korea and China was ally, and General MacArthur wanted to go
All the way. They
up
wouldn't let
to
him.
Manchuria.
Yes, they wouldn't let him. I remember that. Yeah. And I never understand why at Panmunjom, the huts and the North Korea's there, you can see the North Korean soldiers there, why you can't go and shake hands. You can't. And you're not allowed to make rude gestures either. Yeah. And same in the Panmunjom meeting house. Big table, a red line, that's North Korea, this is South Korea. That's silly.
Silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go up and go and shake someone's hand. I'm a Freemason. Yeah.
Yes. We are still divided, North and South.
Temporarily.
Yeah, we are still technically at war because there has been
Never
no
been
peace treaty.
a peace treaty, no.
Right. What do you think about this?
I think it should be signed as soon as possible and make the Korean people one. You all speak the same language. You're not all speaking Chinese. They should all be one country. Parents with loved ones that are on that side of the border and on this side of the border. No. No, it should be, you know, they've got Unification House. Remember Unification still there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And all those towers all around should all be demolished, and I don't know whether they are now or not. I know there was only one bridge over originally. Now I think there's 5.
More than 30.
Oh,
You have to count it.
yeah.
You know, I was in Korea with the Korean War veterans,
Yes.
and we were running along the Han River. There is a super highway,
Oh,
and they were inside of the bus, and this one veteran was doing this, counting something. So I asked him, "What do you count?" And he said, "I'm counting bridge." And he said that there was only one bridge.
only one bridge. Yeah.
But now, so what are you up to? And then he said 21.
Oh, incredible. That's incredible. Yeah, there was only one bridge to go. I know. We were up there. Oh,
But look at Korea is now offering aid to the country who are in need.
yes. I believe, sir, that you supply electricity to North Korea. Yeah. Incredible.
Incredible.
So you should be one people.
Yeah.
All one language, one people.
So are you proud to be a Korean War veteran?
I'm very proud to be a Korean War veteran. I did what I was asked to do, and I would never regret it a moment.
What is the legacy of the Korean War, in your opinion?
Oh, that's hard question. The legacy. No, I don't know.
What is your legacy as a Korean War veteran?
Friends.
Friends.
We have lots of Korean friends on the Gold Coast. I have lots of them. There's a beautiful lady who I dance with. I have photographs at the meeting. She'd been here many, many years, since the 70s. She had a shop in Surfers Paradise. She used to sell Korean food and that. And I got into trouble one time going back to Korea because my wife was there. When my wife was married, when she was married, we took 4 kilos of honey because the people like Australian honey, and we got the other side, and they let me take it in. 4 kilos of honey.
Wow.
It's,
You mentioned about those young children that you shared your
Yes.
food with them.
yes.
What would you say to them? In next year will be 70th anniversary of the breakout of the Korean War. That's why Korean government Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs commissioned my foundation to
Yes.
conduct this interview. What would you say to those children if they are alive now?
I hope you remember that friend who gave you food and clothing. If they're still alive and got their own families now, and they can tell their own children the same story. There was a soldier, don't know where he come from. She wouldn't know where he come from, who gave me food, gave me towel, soap, for free, for the love of learning the language. I wanted to learn to say something, say good day to you, good day to, like, say, Australian. If you don't know anything, and I learned a lot from the children because they slowly spoke it, phonetically, you know. Kom, som, nida, yeah. So you remember that.
Mm-hmm. You said that the question of legacy is a hard one, right?
Yes.
You know what? What you did 70 years ago, almost 70 years ago, to those young children was something recorded in the Bible. Do you remember? Are you Christian?
5 fishes. Oh, yes, 5 fishes. And
No. Yeah, maybe, but Matthew chapter 25, the king came back and he divided the whole people into right and left. And he said to the people in the right that you gave me food when I was hungry. You came to prison when I was in prison.
Yes.
You gave me water when I was thirsty, right? And they replied back to him, when did I give you the food?
Good.
And when did I visit you? You are not in the prison. You are my king.
Yes.
And he said, do you remember he said? Whatever you did to the least of my brothers and sisters, you did it to me. That's what
my
Jesus
legacy.
told.
Oh, that's my legacy.
That is your legacy.
My legacy.
Don't you agree?
I agree.
Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. That's what happened. There are so many bad things happen. I know it's during the war.
Yeah.
Many kinds of bad things like rape and killing and torturing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there were so many good things that you mentioned and you remember and you did.
I did.
I think that's why something very good came out of Korea, 1950. That is Republic of Korea now.
Yes. And there should be one Republic of Korea all the way through.
One Republic of Korea.
One Republic of Korea.
Yes. Sir, I really enjoy this interview.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else that you want to share with me?
I would show you my photographs, and then you can do what you wish with this interview, because it's been a great pleasure having it. I have a few bad memories, as I say. I won't present them all anymore. And I don't talk war. You remember that, a veteran? I don't talk war. I play golf with 50-odd veterans on a Friday. Some do, some don't. I don't.
I don't know too many who do.
No. Oh, there's still boys, still.
They'll tell a story about something related, but they won't talk about the actual war itself.
That's right. Yeah. I played with last week with a helicopter pilot who was a gunship, in Vietnam.
The Hueys, yeah.
Yeah. And he started talking. I said, look, not interested. No, I don't talk. I talk to this gentleman here and tell him things that I could tell him more, but I won't. because it doesn't get you anywhere.
No.
Albert, it's my great honor to meet you. Great pleasure to talk to you. And thank you for your good memory of Korea. And you did beautiful thing for
Thank
Korean
you.
people. Thank you so much.
My pleasure is all mine.